Today we're going to be doing some right triangle practice. So we have been learning this week about how to find a missing side length in a right angled triangle using either the Pythagorean theorem or the sine, cos, and tan ratios. So we are going to do two application questions together today. And our first one says, calculate the perimeter of the following triangle. And I believe it also asks you to round your answer to 2 decimal places. So perimeter is the distance around the outside of the triangle. And to calculate perimeter of the triangle, you would add your 3 outside sides together. But the problem with that is that I only know 2 of them, and I don't know what the third side is. So one of the things that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to figure out how long is that side so that I can add all 3 of them together to find my perimeter. So in order to find this side, I can either use Pythagorean theorem or the sine, cos, and tan ratios. And in order to decide, I need to look at what information I was given. So I have 2 sides and no angles. So because I was given 2 of the 3 sides, I'm pretty sure we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. I also don't think I would use sine, cos, or tan because I don't have an angle. So if you're just given side lengths and you have 2 of the 3 sides, then you should try using Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So I want to label in my triangle which sides are A, B, and C. So I'm going to start with this 90 degrees. I'm going to go straight across to the other side. That's the hypotenuse. We're going to call that side C. The other 2 sides are A and B. It doesn't matter which one is which. I think I'm going to call this one A and this one B, since this is the bottom, and it makes sense, base, bottom, they both start with letter B. I'm going to sub my numbers in. So A is going to be x squared plus B is going to be 100 squared. And then C is 125 squared. Okay, I'm going to use my calculator to help me do 100 squared. So 100 squared, you can also do 100 times 100, is 10,000. 125 squared is 15,625. From here, in between the 2 numbers, I notice that there is an equal sign. So I am going to have to move this 10,000 over to the other side by doing the opposite of addition, which is subtracting. So I'm going to subtract 10,000 from both sides. So I get x squared equals 15,625, take away 10,000, leaves me with 5,625, and then that's x squared. If I just want x, I need to cancel out the square by doing the square root, and I get that that side is 75 centimeters. So that means this side here is 75 centimeters. So the question didn't just ask me to find that side, the question asked me to find the perimeter. So there is one more step to this question. I do actually need to calculate the perimeter. So perimeter in this case is just my 3 sides added together. So A plus B plus C. So that's going to be 75 plus 100 plus 125. And if I add those all together, 75 plus 100 plus 125, oops, I had it to 0, there we go, I get 300. And that is just centimeters. So I am going to write a little sentence for this. I'm just going to say, therefore, the perimeter is 300 centimeters. So in order to solve this question, we had to find our missing side, right? We used Pythagorean theorem because I knew 2 of the sides, and we just needed to find the third one. Also, we weren't given any angles. And then once I knew the 3 sides, we just added them all together to get the perimeter of 300 centimeters. You can join me in the next video to learn how to do the next question.